Hi there, my name is Darren Weeks, and back in 2001 I started a company called Fast Track to Cash Flow. And it was all based on financial education. I truly believe that we as Canadians do not learn anything when it comes to money in our school system, and that's a shame. I mean, money is in every fabric of our society, yet nobody teaches us how to make it work for you. So what I decided to do back in 2001 is take a lot of the philosophies from a gentleman who's a good friend of mine now, Mr. Robert Kiyosaki. He's written a number of books. He wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He's also written this one called Cash Flow Quadrants. And I basically read his books, got to meet him, and become very good friends with him. In fact, recently he's asked me to become a Rich Dad advisor for him. I'm the only Canadian in the world that is an advisor for him. And I've been on stage with him throughout the world speaking to hundreds of thousands of people. Now, specifically, I've been talking to Canadians for the last 12 or 13 years, and I've traveled from one end of the country to the other putting on events. But for the last 3 years, I haven't really spoken in Canada hardly at all. So I'm going to be going to Edmonton, Halifax, and Saskatoon in January 2014. I'm going to host a few events, and they're free events, and they're called How to Get Rich in Canada. And why I think you should come out is I do have a pretty good track record. In fact, before I get into it, what I want you to question yourself is, who have you been taking your financial advice from? And as we grow up in Canada, most of the answers seem to come from our illustrious Canadian banks who make billions and billions of dollars in profits, and the bank employees tell us how to get rich. And it seems like the only people that get rich are the ones that own the banks. So why should you listen to me? Well, my first property I bought in 1990, well, now it's 2014. I own over 4,000 properties now. I own a multi-million-dollar business. In fact, our business grew so much that for 3 years in a row, the Profit magazine ranked one of my businesses as the fastest growing businesses in Canada, the top 100 at least. I've sponsored the Olympic luge team. I've spoken again to hundreds of thousands of people, had offices right across Western Canada. I know a little bit about money. My specialty actually is how to raise money. So if you've ever been interested in buying properties, for instance, but don't have much money, I've raised hundreds of millions of dollars to buy properties. So anyway, I'm going to teach you some of those skills at my upcoming How to Get Rich events, again in Edmonton, Saskatoon, and in Halifax. I'd like you to attend. Now, I don't have a script. We're not going to attend this event together, and you're not going to see me with some fancy presentation because I don't have one. I'm truly going to get into the room. I'm going to ask you what you want to learn. Now, most people want to learn how to grow their business, to create more money in their business. They want to learn how to get better returns on their money. They want to learn how to reduce their taxes, and I can definitely show you how to reduce your taxes in Canada legally. And they also want to know, how can I add real estate to my portfolio? Or, like I've already mentioned, how can I buy property even if I have no money? And I'll show you how to do all those things. And I'll also answer all the questions you have for me that day. So I put 2 events on per day. One goes from noon till 3, and the evening one goes from 7 till 10. I haven't done a presentation like this in Canada for at least 3 years. I've never spoken in Halifax, so I'm looking forward to seeing some friends in Halifax, and I thought I'd also do an event. And again, Saskatoon, I haven't been there for quite some time, so I'm going to host How to Get Rich events, 2 a day. Obviously, you can click on the link below to register, and I hope to see you there. They're free. I'll also tell you that everybody who attends will get a free CD that I put together. It's called The 7 Keys to Creating Wealth in Canada. It's worth $40. If you show up, I'll give you this at the end of the seminar. And it's very low key, full of education. There's no hard sales pitches. There's no real estate courses you have to buy. Nothing like that. I just want to give back. I want to educate Canadians. That's always been my primary motivation. And I sure hope to see you out at an event soon in either Edmonton, Saskatoon, or Halifax. Thanks for your time.